Okay, so we have started the unit number 2, that is extended surfaces. What is the another name for the extended surfaces? That is fins. So basically we know that what is the standard equation related to the convection, that is q is equal to h into a into delta t. H into a into delta t. So what is the meaning of h? H is nothing but heat transfer coefficient. A is nothing but surface area where the heat transfer is takes place. Then temperature difference is nothing but temperature difference between the body and surrounding. Temperature difference between the body and the surrounding. So suppose we want the increase the heat transfer rate. We want the increase the heat transfer rate. So what is the ways to increase the heat transfer rate? By increasing the temperature difference, by increasing the heat transfer coefficient, by increasing the surface area. But for the so many applications, for the design consideration, the temperature difference is fixed. Temperature difference is the fixed value is there. So what way we have to improve the heat dissipation? By improving the heat transfer coefficient or by increasing the surface area. By increasing the surface area. But to increase the heat transfer coefficient require the installation of pump, fan, or replacing the existing one with the larger one. But this approach may or may not be possible or practical. This approach may or may not be possible or practical. So therefore, what is the way to increase the rate of heat transfer? So for that we have to go for the increase the surface area. And by increasing the surface area is nothing but we have to use the extended surfaces. And because of these extended surfaces, the surface area of that particular component is increases. And if surface component is in if surface area is increases, then automatically rate of heat transfer is increases. Rate of heat transfer is increases. So in this way, by increasing the surface area, we have to increase the rate of heat transfer. So for this increasing the surface, we have to extend the surface. Extend the surface, or by using the extended surfaces we have to increase the rate of heat transfer. So therefore we have to use the extended surfaces or fins, so that the surface area will be increases and therefore maximum rate of heat transfer is takes place. Okay, so what are the different applications where we have to use these extended surfaces? That is economizer for steam power plant is there, then radiators of the automobile, then electric motor bodies is there, then transformer and electronic equipments. In that also we have to using these extended surfaces. जर तुम्ही इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर बघितलं तर त्या मोटरवरती फिन ट्रॅक स्ट्रक्चर असते. तर त्याचं रिझन काय असतं, तर त्या मोटरमध्ये मॅक्झिमम हीट प्रोड्यूस होत असते. आणि आवर एम इज टू डिसिपेट दॅट मॅक्झिमम हीट इन टू दी surrounding. So for that electric motor body is having finned structure, therefore maximum heat dissipation will be takes place. Maximum heat dissipation will be takes place. Okay. Okay, so these are the applications. What are the applications? Radiator of the automobile, then small capacity compressor is there, then electric motor bodies are there, then transformer of and electronic equipments are. These are the applications where we have to use the extended surfaces. Where we have to use the extended surfaces. Then we have see the assumptions made in analysis of the fins. ज्यावेळेला आपल्याला analysis करायचं आहे fins, तर त्यावेळेला आपण कुठले कुठले assumptions consider करणार आहे? What are the different assumptions we have to consider for the analysis of the fins? That is, we have to consider the steady state heat conduction, then no heat generation within the fin, then uniform heat transfer coefficient over the entire surface, then homogeneous and isotropic fin material, then negligible contact thermal resistance is there, and heat conduction is only in the one dimension. that is one dimensional heat direction is there, and negligible radiation. So these are the assumptions. By using these assumptions we have to make the analysis of the fins, we have to make the analysis of the fins. Okay, so that part we have covered in the last lecture. Now we have to see the types of the fin configuration. What are the different types of the fin configuration? Okay, so these are the assumptions made in analysis of the fins. What are the assumptions? Steady state heat conduction is there, means whatever the heat transfer is takes place through that particular fin, we have to consider that heat transfer is steady state heat transfer is there. Then no heat generation within the fin, means we have to considering that qg is equal to 0. Whatever the heat generated within that particular fin, we have to consider that qg is equal to 0. Then heat transfer coefficient over the entire surface is uniform. Heat transfer coefficient we have to consider for that whole surface, that in that coefficient is uniform over that particular surface. Then homogeneous and isotropic fin material is there. Then negligible contact thermal resistance is there. Then heat conduction is only one dimension, so we have to consider only x direction. We have to don't consider the direction of y and z direction. Then negligible radiation. So these are the assumptions we have to consider the for the analysis of the fins, analysis of the fins. Okay, types of the fin configuration. What are the different types of the fin configuration, or what are the different shapes of the fins? That is, first one is the uniform straight fin is there, then tapered straight fin is there, then splines, and then annular fin, and fifth one is pin fins. So these are the different shapes we have to use in the different applications. जे काय applications आहेत extended surfaces मध्ये, तर त्याच्यामध्ये कुठल्या कुठल्या टाईपच्या फिन असणार आहेत? सो दीज आर द टाइप्स ऑफ द फिन. फर्स्ट टाइप इज युनिफॉर्म स्ट्रेट फिन. म्हणजे जे काही युनिफॉर्म स्ट्रेट टाईपची फिन आपण काय करणार आहे, यूज करणार आहे. टेपर्ड मध्ये काय असणार आहे, जे काही स्ट्रक्चर आहे त्याच्यामध्ये टेपर्ड सेक्शन असणार आहे. स्प्लाइन्स मध्ये जो काही सर्क्युलर सेक्शन आहे त्याच्यामध्ये स्प्लाइन्स अटॅच केलेले असणार आहेत. सो दीज आर दी डिफरंट टाइप्स ऑफ दी फिन कॉर्पोरेशन. सो ऑल ऑफ यू ड्रॉ दिस डायग्राम्स. All of you draw types of fin configuration. Write down the next heading: types of fin configuration. Types of the fin configuration. Types of fin configuration. Write down first uniform straight fin. Uniform straight fin. Uniform straight fin. Draw that diagram. So in this case, स्ट्रेट फिन इज देअर ऑन दॅट पर्टिक्युलर सरफेस. एक आपला व्हर्टिकल सरफेस आहे, त्याला एक स्ट्रेट लाईन मध्ये काय केलेलं असणार आहे, आपण फिन अटॅच केलेले असणार आहे. सो बिकॉज ऑफ दॅट सरफेस एरिया विल बी इन्क्रीजेस अँड मॅक्झिमम हीट डिसिपेशन इज टेक्स प्लेस. So we have to take the first type as a uniform straight fin. So whatever the vertical surface is there, on that surface we have to extend the surface in the horizontal manner, or the shape is uniform straight fin is there. So first type is uniform straight fin. Draw that diagram. First configuration is uniform straight fin. Okay. Then second type is tapered straight fin is there. Fin is straight, but the shape of that particular fin is in the manner of tapered. So in the second case, we have to draw the diagram as a tapered straight fin. Tapered straight fin. So according to applications, we have to use this type of fins is there. According to space available, according to applications, we have to select the type of fin configuration. We have to select that particular fin in the applications. So first one is uniform straight fin. Then draw the second diagram for the tapered straight fin. So we have to draw the structure in the manner of tapered, in the manner of tapered. So tapered straight fin is there. Then third one is splines. Splines type of structure is there. So there is a one circular. Suppose consider the electric motor is there. Then electric motor is having circular. section is there, and on that circular section we have to attaching the different extended surfaces. So that is nothing but splines. On the electric motor we have to see the extended surfaces, that is the splines type fins are there, splines type. So draw this diagram for the splines. Third fin configuration is splines. Draw the circular section, and on that circular section there are different fins are attached on the surface of that particular body. This is nothing but splines. So all of you draw this third fin configuration, that is splines. Okay, this is the third fin configuration, that is nothing but spline. Okay, so this is the pin configuration. First one is uniform straight fin is there, then second one tapered straight fin is there, and third one splines is there. Then write down fourth fin configuration is annular fin. Annular fin, so for this there is a one vertical body is there, and on that body annular fin is there. Annular fin is there. Draw this diagram for the annular fin. So by using this, we have to increasing the surface area, and if surface area is increases, then automatically heat transfer rate will be increases. So this type of structure is also used in the extended surfaces, so that maximum heat transfer is takes place. The fourth type, that is nothing but annular fin. This is nothing but annular fin. Okay. Draw one vertical object, and on that object we have to, at the periphery of that object we have to attaching one component in the circular manner, that is nothing but annular fin. That is nothing but annular fin. So this is the fourth type of the fin configuration, that is annular fin. Annular fin. Okay, this is the fourth type of the. Okay, then last one, pin fins. So there is a one vertical wall is there, or one vertical object is there. So for that we have to attaching the different fins. It may be circular, it may be square, or it may be tapered. That type of fins we have to attach on that surface. So because of that, surface area will be increases. So this type of structure is nothing but pin fin structure. So these are the pins we are attaching on that particular surface, so that surface area will be increases and heat transfer rate will be increases. So this type of structure is nothing but pins are there. So different pins we are attaching on the surface. Different pins we are attaching on the surface. Okay, so this is about the different types of the fin configuration. Different types of the pin configuration. So what are the different types of the pin configuration? First one, what is the first one? Uniform straight pin is there. Second one, tapered straight pin is there. Third one, splines is there. Splines. Then fourth one, annular pin is there, and last one, pin fins. So these are the types of the pin configuration. Types of the pin configurations. Types of the pin configuration. Okay, so all of you draw this diagram, 5 diagrams for the pin configuration. So this is for the pin fins. So we are attaching the different types of pin on the surface, so that maximum heat transfer is takes place. So this type of structure is nothing but pin fins. Okay, so this is about the types of the pin configuration. Types of the pin configuration. Then we have to discuss about the, or we have to do the analysis of the fins by using the different shapes, by using the different cases. So basically there are 3 cases. According to that we have to derive the equation. Okay, what is the how to calculate the rate of heat transfer by using the fins? For that we have to derive the derivations, and from that we get the equations, and by using that equations we have to calculate the rate of heat transfer by using that particular fins. Rate of heat transfer by using that particular fins. So write down next heading or next derivation, that is heat flow through the rectangular fin. Heat flow through the rectangular fin. Okay, so this is the derivation, or we have to doing the analysis of the fins. So for that we have to considering one rectangular fin. So write down the next heading, heat flow through rectangular fin. 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 So all of you draw this diagram. There is a one wall, and on that wall we are attaching one rectangular fin. Okay, on the wall. So this is the wall. This is nothing but one wall. On this wall we are attaching one rectangular fin. Now we have to do the analysis of this rectangular fin, and we have to calculate the how to calculate the rate of heat transfer through this particular rectangular fin. Okay, so for this we have to considering one small element. Okay, so this is the wall surface. We have to extending one surface attaching to that particular wall, and we have considering one small element. Heat conducted into the element is qx. Heat conducted out from the element, that is qx plus dx. Then heat transfer due to the convection, that is nothing but q convection. Then temperature at the base. So this is the wall. At the base is nothing but here the this pin is connected at this wall. At that wall surface having temperature is T0, that is the base temperature. T0 is nothing but base temperature. TA is nothing but ambient temperature. So this is the fin. Whatever the air which is at the surrounding of this fin, that air having temperature is TA. Then what are the dimensions of the fin? That is length of this fin is, that is capital L, length of the fin perpendicular to the surface from which heat is to be removed. Then B is nothing but, what is meant by B? B is nothing but width of the fin. B is nothing but width of the fin. Then Y is nothing but thickness of the fin. Y is nothing but thickness of the fin. Then P is nothing but perimeter of the fin. So at this end, what is the width? B, and thickness is Y. So what is the perimeter for this section? So perimeter is equal to 2 into bracket B plus Y. पेरिमीटर काय असणार आहे? एंडची जो काय फिनचा एंड सरफेस असणार आहे, what are the dimensions for the end surface? That is b is nothing but width and y is nothing but thickness. So by using this we get the perimeter for this end surface, that is nothing but 2 into b plus y. ऍक्च्युली ॲरो दुसरीकडे दाखवलेला आहे, पण तुम्ही लक्षात ठेवा पेरिमीटर कुठला असणार आहे, हा एंडचा असणार आहे. अँड व्हॉट इज दॅट व्हॅल्यू? पी इज इक्वल टू 2 इंटू ब्रॅकेट बी प्लस वाय. ओके, आणि हे सगळं कुठं असणार आहे? एक्स डायरेक्शन असणार आहे. सो ऍट द बॉटम साइड the direction is given, that is x direction. Okay, so this small element having temperature is capital T. जो काय small element असणार आहे having temperature is capital T. Thickness of this small element is dx, and this element which is at the distance x from the base. बेस पासून ह्याचं डिस्टन्स किती आहे? एलिमेंटचं x डिस्टन्स असणार आहे. and what is the thermal conductivity of this fin or extended surface? That is K. Okay, so draw this diagram. बेस टेम्परेचर आहे T0. ते डार्क जो सर्कल दिसते ते T0 आहे. ओके, then surrounding temperature is TA. Small element having temperature is T. Okay, dimensions is LBY. Thermal conductivity is K, and along the x direction, and perimeter of this end surface is 2 into bracket B plus Y. Okay, so after this diagram, write on the below, consider a rectangular fin. Consider a rectangular fin. Consider a rectangular fin protruding from, protruding चं meaning काय असणार आहे? Extended. Consider a rectangular fin extended from a wall surface as shown in figure. Consider a rectangular fin extended from a wall surface as shown in figure. समजले का? एक प्लेन वॉल आहे, त्याला आपण काय केलेलं आहे, रेक्टँग्युलर फिन अटॅच केलेले आहे. तर त्या फिन्स आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे, अनालिसिस करायचं. यू हॅव टू कॅल्क्युलेट दी रेट ऑफ हीट ट्रान्सफर बाय युजिंग दिस rectangular fin. Okay, we have to derive the equation for that extended surface. Okay, so for this, consider a rectangular fin extended from a wall surface as shown in figure. Okay, write down the meaning of each term. That is capital L is equal to length of fin. Capital L is equal to length of fin किंवा आपण त्याला काय म्हणणार आहे, which is perpendicular to surface from which heat is to be removed. ती लेंथ जी असणार ती कशाला परपेंडिक्युलर असणार, surface from which heat is to be removed. Then B is nothing but width of the fin. Small b is nothing but width of fin. Small b is nothing but width of fin. Then write down y. What is the meaning of y? Y is nothing but thickness of fin. Y is nothing but thickness of fin. Y is nothing but thickness of fin. Then P is nothing but perimeter of the fin. And how to calculate perimeter of the fin? P is equal to 2 into bracket B plus Y. Okay, P is nothing but perimeter of the fin, and P is equal to 2 into bracket B plus Y. Then ACS, area of cross section area, and how to calculate the cross section area of the fin, that is B into Y. Okay, area A suffix CS, that is cross section area. How to calculate that cross section area? ACS is equal to B into Y. Then T0 is equal to temperature at the base of a fin. जिथं फिन कनेक्ट केली असणार आहे वॉलला, तिथलं टेम्परेचर काय असणार आहे, T0. टेम्परेचर ॲट दी बेस ऑफ फिन. Okay, then TA, surrounding fluid oblique ambient temperature. जी काय फिनच्या सभोवताली फ्लुइड असेल, एअर असेल, त्याचं टेम्परेचर जे काय असणार, दॅट इज नथिंग बट TA, surrounding fluid oblique ambient temperature. Then K is equal to thermal conductivity. And H is nothing but heat transfer coefficient. Okay, below that, write down for calculating governing equation. Let us consider a element of fin. For calculating governing equation, let us consider a element of fin. Which is at a distance of x from base of fin. जो काय आपण स्मॉल एलिमेंट कन्सिडर केलेला आहे त्याच्याबद्दल आपण लिहित आहे. फॉर कॅल्क्युलेटिंग गव्हर्निंग इक्वेशन, लेट अस कन्सिडर ए एलिमेंट ऑफ फिन which is at a distance of x from base of fin, and having thickness dx. त्या स्मॉल एलिमेंटचं बेस पासूनचं डिस्टन्स काय असणार आहे, x असणार आहे. and what is the thickness of that small element, that is dx. Okay, then write down what is the equation heat conducted into the element at plane x. जे काय x डिस्टन्स आहे त्याच्यामधून किती हीट कंडक्ट होणार आहे त्या एलिमेंट मध्ये. सो वी हॅव टू राईट डाऊन द इक्वेशन फॉर दॅट. Okay, so heat conducted into the element at plane x. So write down the equation for that. Qx is equal to What is the standard equation? Q is equal to K into dt by dx. So similar manner we have to write down the equation. Qx is equal to minus K into cross section area into dt by dx at distance x, dt by dx at distance x. Okay. So this is the heat conducted into the element. Then some amount of heat conducted out. So what is the diagram? In the diagram, Qx is nothing but that amount of heat is conducted into the element, and Qx plus dx, that amount of heat is conducted out from that particular element for the distance x plus dx. So therefore we have to write down the equation for that heat conducted out of the element at plane x plus dx. And we know that how to write this equation by the Taylor series expansion. Qx plus dx is equal to, we know that how to write that equation, qx plus d by dx of qx into dx. Okay, by the Taylor series expansion, how to write the equation for qx plus dx, heat conducted out at the element of plane x plus dx. So qx plus dx is equal to qx plus d of dx into qx into dx, qx into dx, qx into dx. Okay, then write down heat convected out of the element between the planes x and x plus dx. म्हणजे जो काही स्मॉल एलिमेंट आहे त्याच्यामधून काय होणार आहे, काही हीट जी होणार आहे ती कन्व्हेक्ट होणार आहे, सराउंडिंगला एअर असणार आहे. सो देअरफॉर वी हॅव टू राइट डाउन द इक्वेशन फॉर द कन्व्हेक्शन. Heat convected out of the element, heat convected out of the element between the planes x and heat convected out of the element, heat convected out of the element between the planes, between the planes x and x plus dx, between the planes x and x plus dx. तो जो काय स्मॉल एलिमेंट आहे त्याच्यामधून काही हीट काय होणार आहे, कन्व्हेक्ट होणार आहे. So what is the equation for the convection? That is Newton's law of the Coulomb. And what is that equation? Q is equal to HA into delta T. So in that manner, we have to write down the equation. Q convection is equal to HA into delta T. H into A into delta T. Okay. So for the convection, area in the form of perimeter, how to write area in the form of perimeter? Area is nothing but perimeter into thickness of that particular element. So H into, instead of area we have to write down the perimeter into dx, p into dx. And what is the temperature difference for that particular small element? So what is the temperature of the small element? That is capital T. तिथं डार्क जे झालेलं आहे ते चुकून झालेलं आहे. ओनली टी इज देअर फॉर द क्यू कन्व्हेक्शन एच इंटू पी इंटू डी एक्स इंटू ब्रॅकेट टी मायनस टी ए इज देअर. त्या एलिमेंटचं टेम्परेचर काय आहे तर टी आहे, आणि सराउंडिंग एअरचं टेम्परेचर काय असणार आहे, टी ए असणार आहे. सो टी मायनस टी ए इज देअर, T minus TA is there. Okay, so what is the formula for Q convection? H into P into dx, T minus TA, T minus TA. ओके, समजलं का? बघा, जो काय आपण स्मॉल एलिमेंट कन्सिडर केलेलं आहे त्याच्यामध्ये हीट किती कंडक्ट होणार आहे, फॉर दॅट वी हॅव टू रिटर्न द इक्वेशन ॲज ए क्यू एक्स. देन त्या स्मॉल एलिमेंट मधून किती हीट कंडक्ट आउट होणार आहे, दॅट इज नथिंग बट क्यू एक्स प्लस डी एक्स. And because of the convection, some amount of heat is dissipated into the surrounding. For that, we have written the equation as a Q convection is equal to H into A into delta T. Okay. Now we have to applying the energy balance for that particular element. तर त्या पर्टिक्युलर एलिमेंटसाठी आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे, एनर्जी बॅलन्सचं इक्वेशन लिहायचं आहे. किती हीट त्याच्यामध्ये आलेली आहे, दॅट इज नथिंग बट क्यू एक्स, आणि किती हीट कंडक्ट होऊन बाहेर गेलेले आहे आणि किती हीट कन्व्हेक्शन बाहेर गेलेले आहे. सो दॅट ॲडिशन ऑफ टू इज नथिंग बट heat conducted into the element. So what is the energy balance equation for that? So write down energy balance at the element, applying energy balance, applying energy balance at the element, applying energy balance at the element, we have applying energy balance at the element, we have Qx is equal to what? Qx is nothing but heat conducted into the element is equal to what? Heat conducted out from the element and heat dissipated due to the convection. So Qx is equal to what? Qx is equal to Qx plus dx plus Q convection. Okay, so write down the energy balance equation. Qx is equal to Qx plus dx plus Q convection Okay, but we know that what is the equation for the Qx plus dx, so we have to put that equation. So therefore Qx is equal to Qx plus d by dx of Qx into dx plus Q convection. आपल्याला माहिती आहे Qx plus dx equation काय आहे? So this is the equation of Qx plus dx. So we have to put that equation into this equation. So therefore Qx is equal to Qx plus d of dx Qx dx plus Q convection. So from this equation, at the both side there is a Qx. So Qx will cancel. So what is the remaining equation? D of dx into Qx plus Q convection is equal to 0. Okay, Qx cancel होणार आहे. त्यामुळे इक्वेशन काय राहणार आहे शिल्लक? D of dx into Qx plus Q convection is equal to 0. आपल्याला Qx चं पण इक्वेशन माहिती आहे. What is the equation for the Qx? Minus k into a into dt by dx. So we have to put the value of Qx. So therefore d of dx into minus k into a into dt by dx plus what is the equation for the convection? We know that what is the equation for the convection? H into, already we have written the equation for the Q convection, that is H into P into dx T minus T. So we have to put that value into this equation, H into P into dx into bracket T minus T. Okay, all of you written up to this? Anyone reply me in the chat box? Over. Shall I proceed? समजले का बघा, फक्त आपल्याला जे काही आपले जे मोड ऑफ हीट ट्रान्सफर असणार आहेत, म्हणजे heat conducted into the element, heat conducted out from the element, heat convected into the surrounding. So for that we have written the energy balance equation. आणि त्या प्रत्येकासाठी आपण प्रत्येक टर्म साठी एक इक्वेशन लिहिलेलं आहे. त्या इक्वेशनच्या व्हॅल्यू आपण काय केलेले आहेत? पुट केलेले आहेत इक्वेशन मध्ये. समजले? आपण काय केलेलं आहे? पूर्ण फिन न कन्सिडर करता एक स्मॉल एलिमेंट कन्सिडर केलेला आहे त्या फिनचा. आणि त्याच्यासाठी आपण हीट अनालिसिस करतो की बाबा हीट किती कंडक्ट होणार, त्याच्यानंतर किती हीट conducted out होणार आहे, then heat convected into the surrounding. So in that way we have to written the energy balance equation and we have put the values for the each term. Okay, then derive this equation. So d of dx into that term into dx plus h into p into dx t minus t is equal to 0. So we have to rewrite that equation, minus k into area of cross section d of dx into dt by dx plus h into p into t minus ta is equal to 0. म्हणजे dx cancel झालेला आहे. In the both term there is a value of dx, so dx will be cancelled. So remaining term is written as a minus k into ACS into d of dx into dt by dx plus hp into t minus t is equal to 0. Okay, so we have to take the d of dx into dt by dx. So it is d square t upon dx square minus h into p upon. So we have to divide the equation by k into cross section area. So k into a cross section area for the first term, which is cancelled. At the second term we have to derive that divided by k into area of cross section. So t minus t is equal to 0. फक्त rewrite केलेलं इक्वेशन एवढं तर तुम्हाला डायरेक्ट समजत असेल. Okay, and that is the equation number 4. That is the equation number 4. Equation number दिलेत का सगळीकडे? ओके, ते Qx जे इक्वेशन लिहिले ते इक्वेशन नंबर 1 असणार आहे. Qx प्लस dx इक्वेशन नंबर 2 असणार आहे. Q कन्व्हेक्शनचं इक्वेशन नंबर 3 असणार आहे आणि हे मिळालेलं आपलं इक्वेशन नंबर 4 आहे. ओके, so we get the equation as a d square t upon dx square minus h into p divided by k into cross section area t minus t is equal to 0. T minus t is equal to 0. Okay, so let we have to consider theta is nothing but t minus t. Theta is nothing but we have to consider theta is equal to t minus ta. So we have to take the derivative of that. So d theta by dx is equal to ह्याचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह घ्यायचा, म्हणजे d theta by dx is equal to काय येणार आहे? dt by dx. Okay, then we have to again take the derivative. So we get the d square theta upon dx square is equal to d square t upon dx square. So instead of d square t upon dx square, we have to put the value as a d square theta upon dx square. Theta म्हणजे आपण काय कन्सिडर करणार, theta is nothing but t minus ta. So we have to taking the derivatives, we get the value of d theta by dx. Then we have to again taking the derivative, then we get the value as a d square theta upon dx square. So instead of d square t upon dx square in the equation number 4, we have to put the value as a d square theta upon dx square. So d square theta upon dx square minus p into h divided by k into area of cross section. T minus t च्या जागेला आपण काय पुट करणार आहे, थीटा पुट करणार आहे. सो वी गेट द इक्वेशन एज ए d square theta upon dx square minus p into h divided by k into area of cross section into theta is equal to 0. Into theta is equal to 0. समझले? This is the equation in the form of theta, and that theta is nothing but t minus t. Okay, then write down the equation. So we have to write the equation as a d square theta upon dx square minus m square theta is equal to 0. We have to write down the equation as a d square theta upon dx square minus m square theta is equal to 0, and that is the equation number 5. That is the equation number 5. So from this last equation, d square theta upon dx square minus p into h divided by k into area of cross section into theta is equal to 0. So we have p into h, k into area of cross section. Instead of that, we have written as a m square. So therefore, m square is equal to what? M square is equal to p into h divided by k into cross section area. M square is equal to that value. So therefore, m is equal to what? M is nothing but square root of p into h divided by k into area of cross section. M म्हणजे ही जी टर्म असणार आहे p into h divided by k into area of cross section. Instead of that, we have to write as a m square. So therefore, what is the value of m? M is nothing but square root of that value. Square root of that value. Okay. So what is our equation number 5? That is d square theta upon dx square is minus m square theta is equal to 0. So this equation is nothing but this is the linear and homogeneous second order differential equation. Equation number 5 जी आहे ती कसलं equation आहे? This is the linear equation and linear homogeneous second order differential equation is there. And we know that in mathematical, so what is the solution for the equation number 5? What is the general solution for this equation number 5? That is theta is equal to c1 into e raised to mx plus c2 into e raised to minus mx. This is the solution for the equation number 5. ज्याचं मॅथमॅटिक्स चांगला आहे त्याला हे समजेल की इक्वेशन नंबर 5 चं सोल्युशन काय असतंय. सो वी हॅव टू कॅल्क्युलेट द सोल्युशन और व्हॉट इज द सोल्युशन फॉर द इक्वेशन नंबर 5. कारण इक्वेशन नंबर 5 जे आहे ते लिनियर होमोजिनियस सेकंड ऑर्डर डिफरन्शियल इक्वेशन आहे आणि अशा इक्वेशनचं सोल्युशन काय असतं, थीटा इज इक्वल टू c1 e raised to mx plus c2 e raised to minus f. Okay, so all of you write down the general solution of this linear and homogeneous second order differential equation. The general solution of this linear and homogeneous second order differential equation, linear and homogeneous second order differential equation is of the order, second order differential equation is of the order. So what is the solution for this equation number 5? That is theta is equal to c1 e raised to mx plus c2 e raised to minus mx. So write down the solution. Theta is equal to c1 e raised to mx plus c2 e raised to minus mx. c1 e raised to mx plus c2 e raised to minus mx. Okay, so we know that what is this theta? Theta is nothing but t minus ta. So in that manner we have to write down the equation. T minus ta is equal to c1 e raised to mx plus c2 e raised to minus mx. Okay, instead of theta we have to write down the t minus ta. So t minus ta is equal to c1 e raised to mx plus c2 e raised to minus mx. Okay, but these c1 and c2 are constants of integration and this can be determined by using the proper boundary conditions. आता आपल्याला सोल्युशन माहिती आहे पण त्या c1 c2 माहित नाही. These are the constant. So for that we have to consider the different boundary conditions. So write down where C1 and C2 are constants of integration. C1 and C2 are constants of integration, and these can be determined by using and these can be determined by using proper boundary conditions. These can be determined by using proper boundary conditions. ओके. आता आपल्याला C1 आणि C2 च्या व्हॅल्यू फाइंड आउट करायचे. त्याच्यासाठी आपल्याला काय करावं लागेल, बाउंड्री कंडिशन्स कन्सिडर करायला लागेल. सो वी हॅव टू कन्सिडर फर्स्ट बाउंड्री कंडिशन इज, राइट डाउन, फर्स्ट बाउंड्री कंडिशन इज तर ह्या डायग्राम वरून जर बघितलं तर पहिली बाउंड्री कंडिशन काय असणार आहे, व्हॉट इज द फर्स्ट बाउंड्री कंडिशन, ज्यावेळेला x इज इक्वल टू 0 असणार आहे. ओके, म्हणजे x इज इक्वल टू 0 म्हणजे हा वॉल सरफेस असणार आहे. त्यावेळेला तिथलं टेम्परेचर काय असणार आहे, ऍट x इज इक्वल टू 0 दॅट वॉल टेम्परेचर इज नथिंग बट T0 in the form of theta. How to write that? At x is equal to 0, how to write theta is nothing but theta 0, and what is the value of theta 0? T0 minus Ta. आता ह्या स्मॉल एलिमेंटला आपण थीटा म्हणजे काय म्हटलेलं आहे, टी मायनस टी ए म्हटलेलं आहे. ज्यावेळेला एक्स इज इक्वल टू 0 असेल तर ह्या सरफेसला थीटा 0 इज इक्वल टू काय येणार आहे, T0 मायनस टी ए. कारण ह्या बेसचं टेम्परेचर जे आहे, त्या वॉल सरफेसचं जे काही टेम्परेचर आहे दॅट इज नथिंग बट T0. एलिमेंटचं टेम्परेचर टी होतं म्हणून थीटा इज इक्वल टू आपण टी मायनस टी ए घेतलं. पण ज्या वेळेला एक्स इज इक्वल टू 0 असणार आहे म्हणजे हा वॉल सरफेस असणार आहे, आणि ऍट दी वॉल सरफेस theta is nothing but theta 0, and what is the value of theta 0? Theta 0 is equal to T0 minus T. Therefore, write down the first boundary condition at x is equal to 0, at x is equal to 0, at x is equal to 0, theta is equal to theta 0, at x is equal to 0, theta is equal to theta 0, that theta 0 is nothing but T0 minus T. नुसता थीटा म्हणजे काय असते, टी मायनस टी ए. आणि आता आपलं एक्स इज इक्वल टू 0 म्हणजे थीटा बिकम्स थीटा 0, अँड दॅट व्हॅल्यू बिकम्स T0 मायनस टी ए. कारण त्या वॉलचं टेम्परेचर जे काही बेस आहे फिनचा तिथलं टेम्परेचर T0 आहे. सो देअरफॉर थीटा 0 इज नथिंग बट T नॉट मायनस टी. ओके, this is the first boundary condition. Now we have to find out the second boundary condition. So write on the below, the second boundary condition depends on the physical situation. Write down the second boundary condition. The second boundary condition depends on the physical situation. ओके, जे आपल्याला सिलेबस मध्ये दिलेले आहेत 3 केसेस, इन्फायनाइटली लॉंग फिन असेल किंवा त्याचं एंड इन्सुलेटेड असेल किंवा हीट लॉस कन्व्हेक्शन मध्ये होणार आहे. तर त्या 3 केसेस वरून वी हॅव टू फाइंड आउट दी सेकंड बाउंड्री कंडिशन, अँड बाय युझिंग दॅट वी हॅव टू कॅल्क्युलेट दी व्हॅल्यूज ऑफ दी कॉन्स्टंट. आपल्याला काय करायचे आहेत, C1 आणि C2 चे व्हॅल्यू फाइंड आउट करायचे आहेत. आपल्याला पहिली बाउंड्री कंडिशन माहिती आहे, एक्स इज इक्वल टू 0 देन थीटा 0 इज इक्वल टू टी नॉट मायनस टी ए. पण सेकंड बाउंड्री कंडिशन साठी काय असणार आहे, तर त्या सेकंड बाउंड्री कंडिशन इज डिपेंडिंग अपॉन दी फिजिकल सिच्युएशन. म्हणजे जी काही आपण फिन यूज करणार आहे ती फिन जर समजा इन्फायनाइटली लॉंग असेल तर त्यावेळेची बाउंड्री कंडिशन वेगळी असणार आहे. समजा त्या फिनचा जो काही एंड आहे तो जर इन्सुलेट केला असेल, म्हणजे समजा तिथे इन्सुलेशन लावलं असेल तर त्यावेळेची बाउंड्री कंडिशन वेगळी असणार आहे. तिसरी बाउंड्री कंडिशन काय असणार आहे, तर त्या फिनची लेंथ कमी असेल आणि हीट ट्रान्सफर जर कन्व्हेक्शन मुळे होत असेल तर त्यावेळेची बाउंड्री कंडिशन वेगळी असणार आहे. तर ही काय आहे, तर दीज आर दी फिजिकल सिच्युएशन. म्हणजे फिनची लेंथ इन्फायनाइटली लॉंग असणं किंवा फिनचा एंड फिनचा इन्सुलेटेड असणं किंवा पिनच्या एंडला हिट लॉस बिकॉज ऑफ द कन्व्हेक्शन होत असेल. सो दीज आर दी 3 physical situations are there. And according to these physical situations we have to consider the second boundary condition. Roll number 17, mute your audio. Roll number 17. Okay, so write down the second boundary condition depends on the physical situation. Second boundary condition depends on the physical situation. So write down this physical situation. First one, the fin is infinitely long. There are three physical situations. First situation is the fin is infinitely long. Fin is infinitely long, and the temperature of the end of the fin. The fin is infinitely long, and the temperature of the end of the fin. The temperature of the end of the fin, essentially that of essentially that of essentially that of ambient essentially that of ambient oblique surrounding fluid. Ambient oblique surrounding fluid. Don't put your roll numbers. I will mark as absent. After I am saying that you have to put roll numbers, then you have to put your roll numbers. Okay, so first condition is the fin is infinitely long and the temperature of the end of the fin essentially that of okay. Anyone reply me? Screen is visible? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Anyone? Okay. So write down the second physical situation. The end of the pin is insulated. The end of the pin is insulated. Second physical situation. म्हणजे जी काही फिन आहे त्याचं जर एंड इन्सुलेटेड असेल तर त्यावेळेच्या बाउंड्री कंडिशन वेगळी असणार आहे. द एंड ऑफ द फिन इज इन्सुलेटेड. थर्ड, द फिन इज ऑफ फायनाइट लेंथ. द फिन इज ऑफ finite length finite length and loses heat by convection and loses heat by convection and loses heat by convection. म्हणजे फिनची लेंथ जी असणार आहे ती फायनाईट असणार आहे आणि हीट जी काही लूज होणार आहे ती कशामुळे होणार आहे? कन्व्हेक्शन होणार आहे. ऍट दॅट टाइम देयर इज अ डिफरंट बाउंड्री कंडिशन. Okay, so these are the three physical situations. So for that physical situations we have to consider the second boundary condition. So we have to consider now case number 1. आता जी काही पहिली फिजिकल सिच्युएशन आहे ती कन्सिडर करणार आपण. So write down the case number 1, heat dissipation from an infinitely long fin. Okay, heat dissipation heat dissipation from heat dissipation from an infinite long fin. Heat dissipation from an infinite long fin. Infinite long fin चं मिनिंग काय असणार आहे? त्या फिनची लेंथ जी असणार आहे ती L is equal to length extends to infinity. So in bracket we have to write down the L is equal to infinity. So according to that we have to draw the diagram. बेस टेम्परेचर T0 आहे. ओके, आणि फिन जी आहे ती मध्ये कट केलेलं दाखवले. त्याचा अर्थ काय असणार आहे? त्या फिनची लेंथ काय असणार आहे? इन्फिनिटी असणार. सो एक्स इज इक्वल टू एल इज इक्वल टू इन्फिनिटी. एक्स इज इक्वल टू एल इज इक्वल टू इन्फिनिटी. सो टेम्परेचर बेसचं टेम्परेचर काय असणार आहे? T0 असणार आहे. आणि जर आपण फिनची लेंथ इन्फिनिटी केली तर तिथलं एंडचं टेम्परेचर काय होणार आहे सांगा? सराउंडिंग एवढं होणार आहे. सो टी इज इक्वल टू TA at x is equal to infinity. So draw this diagram. टेम्परेचर प्रोफाईल कसं येणार आहे बघा. टेम्परेचर कंटिन्युअसली कमी 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 होत जाऊन ते काय कशा एवढं होणार आहे? त्या फिनचं टेम्परेचर सराउंडिंग एवढं होणार आहे. म्हणजे टी इज इक्वल टू TA at x is equal to infinity. आणि खाली काय दाखवले तर फिन दाखवलेले आहे. फिनची लेंथ जी असणार आहे ती काय असणार आहे? इन्फायनाइट असणार आहे. सो एक्स इज इक्वल टू एल इज इक्वल टू इन्फिनिटी. ओके, सो ऑल ऑफ यू ड्रॉ दिस डायग्राम. एक्स इज इक्वल टू एल इज इक्वल टू इन्फिनिटी. समजले का? आपण कुठली कंडिशन कन्सिडर केलेली आहे की फिनची लेंथ इन्फिनिटी असणार. फिनची जर लेंथ इन्फिनिटी असेल तर जी काही फिन मधून हीट ट्रान्सफर होणार आहे त्या एंडला काय होणार आहे? त्या फिनचं टेम्परेचर हे सराउंडिंग एअर एवढंच असणार आहे. टेम्परेचर कंटिन्युअसली कमी 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 होत ते जाऊन कशा एवढं होणार आहे? टेम्परेचर ऑफ दी एअर. सो टी इज इक्वल टू TA ॲट एक्स इज इक्वल टू इन्फिनिटी. म्हणजे त्या फिनची लेंथ ज्यावेळेला इन्फिनिटी असणार आहे त्यावेळेला त्या एंडचं टेम्परेचर सराउंडिंग एवढं झालेलं असणार आहे. ओके, सो बाय युझिंग दिस यू हॅव टू राईट डाऊन दी बाउंड्री कंडिशन. पहिली बाउंड्री कंडिशन तर सेम असणार आहे तिन्ही केसेससाठी, पण सेकंड बाउंड्री कंडिशन ह्या आपण ह्याच्यावरून लिहायचे की जी काही तुम्ही केस कन्सिडर केलेली आहे. अकॉर्डिंग टू दॅट वी हॅव टू राईट डाऊन दी second boundary condition. Okay, so write down the in this case the boundary conditions are, write down in this case the boundary conditions are, in this case the boundary conditions are, पहिली boundary condition same असणार आहे. Okay, so write down the first boundary condition at x is equal to 0, t is equal to t naught, t is equal to t naught, that is theta is equal to theta 0 is equal to t naught minus ta. So this is the first boundary condition which is same for the three cases. ज्या काही तिन्ही केस कन्सिडर करणार त्याच्यामध्ये पहिली बाउंड्री कंडिशन सेम असणार आहे. आता सेकंड बाउंड्री कंडिशन वी हॅव टू राईट डाऊन दी फ्रॉम दी फिजिकल सिच्युएशन. तर ती काय असणार आहे, ऍट एक्स इज इक्वल टू इन्फिनिटी, ज्यावेळेला त्या फिनची लेंथ इन्फिनिटी असणार आहे. ऍट एक्स इज इक्वल टू इन्फिनिटी टी इज इक्वल टू काय होणार आहे, टी ए होणार आहे. टेम्परेचर जे काही फिन्स आहे ते टी आहे स्मॉल एलिमेंटचं. तर ज्या फिनची लेंथ जर आपण इन्फिनिटी केली तर त्याचं टेम्परेचर सराउंडिंग एवढं होणार आहे. सो टी इज इक्वल टू टी ए. सो देअरफॉर थीटा इज इक्वल टू टी ए मायनस टी ए. थीटा इज इक्वल टू टी ए मायनस टी ए. सो दॅट थीटा बिकम्स 0. म्हणजे त्या फिनच्या एंडचं पण टेम्परेचर टी ए असणार आहे आणि सराउंडिंगचं टेम्परेचर पण टी ए असणार आहे. सो देअरफॉर टी ए मायनस टी ए is equal to 0. So therefore theta is equal to 0. And what is the our solution for this? Generally the governing equation for fin is, आपलं जे इक्वेशन होतं सोल्युशन, थीटा इज इक्वल टू काय होतं, c1 e raised to mx plus c2 e raised to minus mx. So write on that equation, theta is equal to c1 e raised to mx plus c2 e raised to minus mx. So in this equation we have to put this boundary condition and find out the value of c1 and c2. समजले का बघा, जे काही सोल्युशन आहे इक्वेशनचं, व्हॉट इज दॅट सोल्युशन, थीटा इज इक्वल टू c1 e raised to mx plus c2 e raised to mx. Now we have to use these two boundary conditions, and by using these two boundary conditions we have to find out the value of c1 and c2. Okay, so we have to put the first boundary condition at x is equal to 0, theta is equal to t0 minus ta is equal to theta 0. म्हणजे theta is equal to theta 0 असणार आहे. What is the first boundary condition, at x is equal to 0, theta is equal to theta 0. Okay, by putting the boundary conditions, now we have to put the boundary conditions. By putting boundary conditions we get, 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 by putting boundary conditions we get. Okay, so at x is equal to 0, theta is equal to t naught minus t is equal to theta 0. So put this boundary condition, theta च्या जागेला theta 0 put करा. So theta 0 is equal to c1 e raised to mx 0, x 0 म्हणल्यावर mx 0 होणार, e raised to 0 plus c2 e raised to 0. So therefore e raised to 0 1 असते. So theta 0 is equal to c1 plus c2. Okay, so this is the equation number 2, c1 plus c2 is equal to theta 0. आता आपण केस नंबर 1 मध्ये परत इक्वेशन नंबर 1 2 असं देत चालू, लक्षात ठेवा, c1 plus c2 is equal to theta 0. Then we have to apply the second boundary condition, at x is equal to infinity, theta is equal to 0. So 0, theta 0 म्हणल्यावर लेफ्ट हँड साइड 0 झाली, 0 is equal to c1 e raised to x is equal to infinity, so e raised to m infinity plus c2 e raised to minus m into infinity. ओके, e raised to minus infinity 0 असते आणि e raised to infinity काय असते, इन्फिनिटी असते. म्हणजे c2 e raised to minus m आहे ती टर्म काय होणार आहे, 0 होणार आहे. सो c1 e raised to m infinity plus c2 ची टर्म 0 होणार आहे, राईट हँड साइड 0 होणार आहे. ओके, c1 e raised to m into infinity plus 0 is equal to 0. खाली लिहा, e raised to minus infinity काय असते तर 0 असते, e raised to minus infinity is equal to 0. e raised to infinity काय असते, e raised to infinity is nothing but infinity and 1 upon infinity म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, 0 असणार आहे. आता e raised to m infinity म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, e raised to infinity, आणि e raised to infinity काय असणार आहे, इन्फिनिटी असणार आहे. ओके, आणि इन्फिनिटी आपण राईट हँड साइडला घेतलं तर काय होणार आहे, ते डिनॉमिनेटरला जाणार आहे, 1 अपॉन इन्फिनिटी, म्हणजे ते काय होणार आहे, त्याचा आन्सर 0 होणार आहे. सो देअरफॉर वी गेट द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ c1 ॲज ए 0. ओके, सो c1 इज इक्वल टू 0. ही व्हॅल्यू इक्वेशन 3 मध्ये पुट करा, सॉरी इक्वेशन 2 मध्ये C1 plus C2 is equal to theta 0. आता आपल्याला C1 0 मिळाला म्हणजे C2 काय मिळणार आहे इक्वेशन 2 बिकम्स करा 3 झालंय किंवा इक्वेशन 3 मिळणार आहे असं लिहिलेलं आहे इक्वेशन 3 बिकम्स C1 plus C2 is equal to theta 0. C1 is equal to 0 therefore C2 is equal to theta 0. C2 is equal to theta 0. हे C1 आणि C2 ची व्हॅल्यू इक्वेशन 2 मध्ये पुट करा. पुट द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ C1 and C2 in इक्वेशन नंबर इक्वेशन नंबर 1 मध्ये पुट करायचं. पुट दॅट व्हॅल्यू ऑफ C1 and C2 in इक्वेशन नंबर 1. So from that we get the theta is equal to C1 e raised to mx plus C2 e raised to minus mx आहे. याच्यामध्ये व्हॅल्यू पुट करा. C1 ची व्हॅल्यू 0 आहे सो theta is equal to 0 plus C2 ची व्हॅल्यू theta 0 आहे सो theta 0 into e raised to minus mx. So therefore which equation we have to get? Theta upon theta 0 is equal to e raised to minus mx. Theta upon theta 0 is equal to e raised to minus mx. ओके थिटा म्हणजे काय असते टी मायनस टी ए आणि थिटा नॉट म्हणजे काय असते टी नॉट मायनस टी ए टी नॉट मायनस टी टी नॉट मायनस टी ओके सो वी हॅव टू राईट ऑन दिस इक्वेशन थिटा म्हणजे टी मायनस टी ए and theta naught म्हणजे t naught minus ta is equal to e raised to minus mx. That is the equation number 5. That is the equation number 5. ओके तर ह्याचा ग्राफ काढला x वर्सेस टेम्परेचर प्रोफाइलचा डायमेन्शनलेस टेम्परेचर टी मायनस टी ए टी नॉट मायनस टी ए वर्सेस फिन लेंथ x. देन वी गेट दी ग्राफ कसा मिळाला तर ते डायग्राम मध्ये दाखवलेलं आहे. जर m1 ची व्हॅल्यू कमी असेल ॲज कम्पेअर टू m2 म्हणजे m ची व्हॅल्यू जशी जशी इन्क्रीज होत जाईल तसा तसा कर्व तुमचा डाऊनवर्ड डायरेक्शनला मूव्ह होणार आहे. So dimensionless temperature T minus Ta divided by T naught minus Ta versus fin length x versus fin length x. So draw this diagram. At the y-axis T naught minus T minus Ta divided by T naught minus Ta, and on the x-axis there is a x value that is fin length. So if m value increases, then graph will be moving in the downward direction. So all of you draw this diagram. Okay, so draw this diagram and remaining part we have to take in the next lecture. After lunch break we have to take the remaining part. Okay, so thank you very much. First of all we have to draw this diagram, complete this diagram. Simple diagram आहे. Y axis ला t minus ta divided by t naught minus ta आणि x axis ला fin length आहे. जसं जसं तुमचं m ची व्हॅल्यू इन्क्रीज होते तसं तसं तुमचा ग्राफ moving towards the downward direction. Okay, so our aim is to calculate the rate of heat transfer. That part we have to cover in the next lecture. After the lunch break we have to conduct the heat transfer lecture. Okay, so thank you very much. Put your roll numbers in the chat box.